So I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but Donald Trump seems to be having a pretty bad week, and he is, as per usual, wearing his emotions on his sleeve. Unfortunately, those emotions show that he is descending into complete and total madness as he panics about the thought of losing absolutely everything. His entire world is crashing down around him because he cannot pay, as his lawyers admitted in court this week, the $464 million bond that he has to pay for the New York fraud trial. So, Trump did what he always does, and he has basically spent this entire week having a very public panic attack on Truth Social. He's going after Letitia James, he's going after Judge Engoron, he's going after the justice system itself, and he's ranting and raving like a crazy person who has no idea how the justice system actually works. So here's a couple choice posts from Donald Trump this week. I shouldn't have to put up any money, being forced by the corrupt judge and AG until the end of the appeal. That's the way the system works. No, it's literally not how the system works at all. I mean, you actually just went through this with the E. Jean Carroll trial. You know how the civil judgments work. If you want to appeal it, you're not allowed to appeal for the sake of delaying the inevitable to give you more time to get the money. The court has to tell you they'll give you more time. You, on the other hand, have to follow the same rules as everybody else. If you get hit with a judgment in a civil fraud trial, you have to put up the bond. Doesn't matter if you're the former president or literally anybody else. You all go by the same rules. It's just that Donald Trump wants to pretend he doesn't know what those rules are. He continues in a very racist post here. The only fraud in the Peekaboo James case, our failed and disgusting New York State Attorney General, was her convincing Judge Arthur Engoron to put a value on Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida of just $18 million, when it is worth 50 to 100 times that amount. This was fraudulently and illegally done, working closely together in a corrupt communist system to set their narrative after learning that the values and facts were completely wrong. Oh, they did learn that the values and the facts were completely wrong. It's just that the values and the facts from you were the ones that were completely wrong. The value they put on Mar-a-Lago is actually the value that your own people said it was likely worth. They didn't come up with that number. Your people did. Because your people had actually argued to tax officials in Palm Beach County that that's how much it was worth. But then later on, to the banks, you said it was worth this much. So you can't have it both ways. They caught you on it. Quit your bitching. He continued in another post on another day. A bond of the size set by the Democrat club-controlled judge and corrupt racist Letitia James' unlawful witch hunt is unconstitutional, un-American, unprecedented, and practically impossible for any company, including one as successful as mine. The bonding companies have never heard of such a bond of this size before, nor do they have the ability to post such a bond, even if they wanted to. But they don't want to. And they could come up with a way to do it. They just don't want to because they don't believe they're going to get their money back. See, that's the problem. Now, Trump is descending further into madness. I fully believe that. He has 4 days now to come up with this. And listen, I understand. I've been watching this guy and I've been watching politics alone and the legal system for so long. Something's going to come in and save Trump. Okay? At the time of this recording, that hasn't happened yet, but perhaps by the time you watch this, maybe it already has happened. But I do, and I wish I didn't, but I do think something is going to come in and save Trump. Either at the last minute, there's going to be a bond company that says, okay, yeah, we'll post it. Or the appellate court is going to give him an extension to pay it. He's not going to start losing his properties next week. That is a possibility. But something always comes in and saves this guy at the last moment, and I think that's probably what we're going to be looking at. But until that happens, he's going to continue this week-long freakout on Truth Social, and his posts are going to become more insane. Like, that is also predictable. But it's kind of fun to watch, and I'm hoping nothing saves him, because he's finally, for the first time in his life, getting exactly what he deserves.